In recent years, virtual assets, or VAs as they're commonly known, have become an essential part of the financial landscape, offering innovative solutions and opportunities. However, they also present new challenges, particularly in the realm of terrorist financing. This video explores the ways in which terrorists exploit these assets, the methods used to detect and prevent such activities, and the other crucial role financial intelligence units, or FIUs, play in safeguarding the global financial system. By the end of this video, you will have a comprehensive understanding of the threat posed by terrorist financing through virtual assets, and the measures that can be taken to counteract it. The financial world is evolving rapidly, and so are the tactics of those who exploit it. Virtual assets, once seen as a revolutionary innovation, are now a key tool for terrorist financiers. The dark web, with its anonymity and encrypted transactions, has become one of the havens for illicit financial activities. As financial intelligence units, understanding and combating this threat is absolutely critical. Virtual assets such as Bitcoin and Monero allow users to transfer value without relying on traditional banking systems. This makes virtual assets especially attractive to terrorist groups seeking to bypass financial controls and sanctions. Unlike traditional financial transactions, virtual asset transactions are often anonymous and can cross borders instantly. These features make detection and enforcement significantly more challenging. Privacy coins are a type of cryptocurrency designed to provide enhanced anonymity and obfuscation of transaction details compared to mainstream cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum. While Bitcoin transactions are publicly recorded on a transparent blockchain, privacy coins mask key transaction details, making them much harder to trace. Privacy coins achieve anonymity through advanced cryptographic techniques that hide critical information such as the sender's address, the receiver's address, the transaction amount, and the transaction history. This makes it extremely difficult to trace the sender and receiver details. Different privacy coins use different techniques to protect user anonymity. Monero uses ring signatures to mix transactions and stealth addresses to generate one-time recipient addresses. Zcash employs zero-knowledge proofs, which allow transactions to be verified without revealing any details. Dash uses coin-join mixing, a method that combines multiple transactions to obscure their origins. And other privacy coins, like Grin and Beam, leverage a protocol called Mimblewimble, which hides both transaction amounts and participants. Let's take a closer look at some of the key privacy-enhancing features used in cryptocurrency. Ring signatures are a cryptographic technique that allows a user to sign a message on behalf of a group without revealing which group member actually signed it. This makes it extremely difficult to trace the origin of a transaction. Stealth addresses allow users to receive funds anonymously. Unlike conventional public addresses, stealth addresses generate a unique, one-time address for each transaction, preventing outside observers from linking payments to a specific recipient. A one-time recipient address is just that, an address created for a single transaction. It doesn't appear in contact lists or public ledgers, and it disappears after use, adding another layer of privacy. These technologies provide strong financial privacy, but they're also exploited for illicit activities, including money laundering and terrorist financing. In addition to privacy coins, terrorist organizations also exploit other tools and platforms. Peer-to-peer platforms facilitate direct transactions between users without the need for intermediaries. This decentralized nature allows for greater privacy and reduced oversight, making it an attractive option for terrorist groups to transfer funds discreetly. Decentralized finance, or DeFi, refers to financial services that operate on blockchain technology. While DeFi offers innovative financial solutions, it also presents significant risks. The lack of centralized control and regulatory oversight makes it easier for terrorists to exploit these platforms for money laundering and financing activities. Crypto exchanges with weak regulations are another vulnerability. These platforms allow users to buy, sell, and trade virtual assets. But when regulatory frameworks are weak, they become easy targets for exploitation. Without strong anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism financing measures, illicit transactions can go undetected. While many jurisdictions regulate virtual asset service providers, or VASPs, gaps still exist. Financial intelligence units must bridge this gap by enhancing monitoring and enforcement. The dark web is a hidden part of the internet, accessible only through encrypted networks like Tor or I2P. It hosts black markets, arms trades, and hubs for terrorist financing. Terrorist groups use dark web forums to solicit funding, share training materials, and communicate securely, all while avoiding detection. Most payments on the dark web are made using cryptocurrencies. Monero and Zcash are increasingly preferred thanks to their enhanced anonymity features. These coins make it even harder to trace transactions and identify the individuals involved. Terrorist organizations use a variety of tools to move and obscure illicit funds. Let's take a closer look at some of the most common methods. Peer-to-peer transfers, or P2P, are direct transactions between individuals that bypass regulated exchanges. Mixers and tumblers are services that obscure transaction trails, making them difficult to trace. Anonymity-enhanced cryptocurrencies, or AECs, such as Monero and Zcash, offer greater privacy by hiding the sender, the receiver, and the transaction amount. Dark web marketplaces are often used to crowdfund extremist causes, purchase weapons, and obtain fake IDs. And finally, conversion to fiat currency typically involves using non-compliant or offshore crypto exchanges to cash out illicit funds, making detection and enforcement even more difficult. The combination of several services makes crypto even more attractive. Recent investigations have revealed that terrorist groups such as the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant and Al-Qaeda-linked entities have received virtual asset donations through encrypted messaging apps. These groups then used unregulated crypto exchanges to convert these assets into fiat currency, effectively bypassing financial controls and masking the origin of the funds. The following images are examples of how Monero donations are being solicited in a propaganda magazine published by ISKP. So, how can financial intelligence units detect terrorist financing through virtual assets? Here are some key indicators to watch for. Frequent small transactions, followed by immediate cash outs, chain hopping. The use of privacy coins like Monero or Dash. These patterns may signal attempts to avoid detection and move illicit funds discreetly. Additional red flags include links to darknet marketplaces or extremist content sharing platforms. The use of multiple wallets and exchanges to obfuscate transaction trails and avoid detection. Another red flag to watch for is transactions involving high-risk jurisdictions with weak anti-money laundering regulations. To stay ahead of these threats, financial intelligence units should leverage blockchain intelligence tools to trace and analyze transactions. Collaboration with commercial analytic services can also help identify suspicious patterns and flag high-risk wallets, enhancing the ability to detect and disrupt terrorist financing. International cooperation is crucial. Since 2018, the Financial Action Task Force, or FATF, has mandated that virtual asset service providers follow anti-money laundering and countering the financing of terrorism regulations. However, enforcement of these standards still varies widely across jurisdictions. That's why Financial intelligence units must actively engage with law enforcement agencies, international bodies, and private sector partners to share intelligence and track illicit funds more effectively. To stay ahead of evolving threats, financial intelligence units must continuously enhance their technical and analytical capabilities. Here's what can be done. Adopt blockchain analytics tools. Use both commercial and open source platforms to trace virtual asset transactions effectively. Train analysts on virtual asset investigations. Develop in-house expertise in cryptocurrency forensic analysis to better detect suspicious activity. Collaborate with law enforcement and regulators. Strengthen cross-border data sharing to improve coordination and response. Engage with virtual asset service providers. Ensure compliance with the FATF travel rule and AML/CFT regulations. This means requiring crypto exchanges and wallet providers to collect and share identifying information about the sender and receiver of transactions above a certain threshold. And finally, issue red flag guidance. Provide clear indicators to banks, exchanges, and law enforcement agencies to help them identify and report suspicious activity. By staying ahead of the curve, financial intelligence units can help disrupt terrorist networks before they have the chance to act. The fight against terrorist financing in the digital age demands vigilance, collaboration, and above all, innovation. Public-public and public-private partnerships are key elements of a successful CFT system. Financial intelligence units play a pivotal role in these collaboration forums. The abuse of virtual assets for terrorism financing is a growing and evolving threat, but together we can combat it. Stay informed, enhance your analytical capabilities, and strengthen collaboration across sectors and borders. Your role is critical in protecting the financial system and safeguarding global security. Thank you for your commitment.